Welcome to our exploration of the origin of amphibians, a fascinating journey that bridges the worlds of water and land. Amphibians represent a pivotal group in the evolutionary history of vertebrates, marking the transition from aquatic to terrestrial life. In this video, we'll unravel how these remarkable creatures evolved, the challenges they overcame, and the key adaptations that allowed them to thrive in both environments. Let's begin by understanding where amphibians fit in the grand tree of life and why their story is so crucial to the history of vertebrates. Set the stage, let's look at the broader classification of animals. There are four major phyla of deuterostomes, and vertebrates, including amphibians, belong to the phylum Chordata. Chordates are defined by several key features that set them apart from other animal groups. Understanding these features helps us trace the evolutionary steps that led to the rise of amphibians and eventually all land-dwelling vertebrates. Chordates are distinguished by four main features: the notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, pharyngeal slits or pouches, and a postnal tail. The notochord provides structural support, while the nerve cord runs parallel to it, forming the basis of the nervous system. Pharyngeal slits are present in embryos and play various roles in different chordates. The postnal tail extends beyond the anus and is muscular, aiding in movement. These features are fundamental to understanding how more complex vertebrates, like amphibians, evolved. Evolution progressed among chordates. Several new features emerged, especially in vertebrates. The development of a cranium, vertebrae, bones, and neural crest cells marked significant evolutionary steps. The cranium protects the brain, while vertebrae form the backbone, safeguarding the spinal cord and providing muscle attachment points. The appearance of jaws further enhanced feeding capabilities. These adaptations set the stage for the rise of vertebrates, including the ancestors of amphibians. Transition from invertebrate chordates to vertebrates involved remarkable genetic changes. One key factor was the increase in the number of homeobox or HOX genes. These genes control the development of body structures. Simpler animals like cnidarians have only 2 HOX genes, while insects have about 10. Chordates, however, possess as many as 13 or 14. This increase in HOX genes enabled the development of more complex anatomical features, paving the way for the evolution of vertebrates and, eventually, amphibians. Major milestone in vertebrate evolution was the emergence of tetrapods, animals with 4 limbs. This group includes amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. The first tetrapods appeared about 365 million years ago during the late Devonian period. They evolved from lobe-finned fishes, such as coelacanths and lungfishes, which had fleshy lobed fins with bones that are homologous to the limbs of tetrapods. This transition marks the beginning of vertebrate life on land. Lobe-finned fishes, including coelacanths and lungfishes, are crucial to understanding the origin of tetrapods. These fishes possessed robust fins with bones that would eventually give rise to the limbs of land vertebrates. Their unique anatomy allowed them to navigate shallow waters and, over time, adapt to life on land. The evolutionary innovations seen in these fishes set the foundation for the emergence of amphibians and other tetrapods. Late Devonian period was a time of dramatic evolutionary change. The first vertebrates capable of moving on land emerged, marking the origin of tetrapods. These early land pioneers faced numerous challenges, from breathing air to supporting their body weight outside water. Their adaptations not only allowed them to survive but also to diversify and colonize new terrestrial habitats, setting the stage for the evolution of amphibians. Moving from water to land required a suite of new adaptations. Early tetrapods developed lungs for breathing air, stronger limbs for locomotion, and new ways of sensing their environment. They also had to find new methods for feeding and maintaining water balance. These adaptations were crucial for overcoming the challenges of terrestrial life and are still seen in modern amphibians today. Evolution of limbs was a defining moment in vertebrate history. Early tetrapods developed limbs with digits, allowing them to move efficiently on land. These limbs evolved from the lobed fins of their fish ancestors. The structure and function of these early limbs provided the foundation for the incredible diversity of vertebrate movement seen today, from walking and running to climbing and swimming. Vertebrates first moved onto land. They encountered a host of new challenges. Breathing air required lungs, while supporting their body weight demanded stronger bones and muscles. Locomotion on land was different from swimming, and new ways of feeding and sensing prey or predators became necessary. Maintaining water balance and reproducing outside water were also significant hurdles. These challenges drove the evolution of many key amphibian features. Modern amphibians have 5 distinguishing features. First, they have legs, allowing most to move well on land. Second, they possess lungs for breathing air, though they also use their skin for respiration. Third, cutaneous respiration enables them to supplement lung breathing. Fourth, pulmonary veins return oxygenated blood to the heart. And fifth, a partially divided heart separates pulmonary and systemic circulation. These adaptations are essential for their dual life in water and on land. Eusthenopteran was a large predatory fish from the late Devonian, notable for its labyrinthodont teeth and fins with bones homologous to those in modern tetrapods. Although fully aquatic, its anatomy provides crucial insights into the transition from fish to tetrapods. The structure of its fins foreshadowed the development of limbs in later terrestrial vertebrates, making Eusthenopteran a key figure in amphibian ancestry. Andorichthys, another late Devonian fish, displayed even more tetrapod-like features than Eusthenopteran. Its body was flattened, and it lacked certain fins, suggesting adaptations for life in shallow waters. Its robust pectoral girdle and dorsally placed eyes hint at behaviors similar to those of modern amphibians. Modifications in its middle ear architecture also suggest early steps toward hearing on land. Tiktaalik is one of the most famous transitional fossils, bridging the gap between fish and early tetrapods. It lived in shallow water but had features that allowed it to prop itself up and even make brief excursions onto land. Tiktaalik lacked the bony operculum covering the gills, giving it a flexible neck, and had strong pectoral and pelvic girdles. These adaptations made it a true pioneer in the move from water to land. Canthostega and Ichthyostega are two of the earliest known tetrapods. Living during the late Devonian, they had skeletons more similar to modern terrestrial vertebrates than to fish. Both had well-developed girdles and necks, and their limbs featured multiple digits. Ichthyostega in particular had robust skeletal modifications that suggest it could support its weight on land, though it likely spent much of its time in water. Transition to land required significant changes in skeletal structure. Early tetrapods developed reinforced vertebral columns, expanded ribs, and robust limb girdles. These adaptations allowed them to support their body weight and move effectively on land. The evolution of a distinct rib cage and flexible neck further enhanced their ability to thrive in terrestrial environments. Early tetrapods, like their fish ancestors, likely had both lungs and internal gills. This dual respiratory system allowed them to survive in both aquatic and terrestrial environments. Over time, lungs became more specialized for air breathing, while cutaneous respiration, breathing through the skin, remained an important adaptation in amphibians. Late Devonian period, spanning about 20 million years, witnessed a dramatic transition from fully aquatic fish to animals with structures found in all tetrapods today. These changes were driven by selective pressures in shallow water habitats, but they provided the basic building blocks for the later invasion of land. This period set the evolutionary stage for the rise of amphibians and other terrestrial vertebrates. Reconstructed skeletons and limbs of extinct tetrapodomorphs and tetrapods reveal the gradual changes that occurred during the transition to land. By comparing the forelimbs and hindlimbs of different species, scientists can trace the evolution of homologous bones and understand how these structures adapted for terrestrial life. Color-coded diagrams help illustrate these evolutionary relationships. Early tetrapods were a diverse group, with various adaptations for life in water and on land. Some, like Acanthostega, were primarily aquatic, while others, like Ichthyostega, showed more terrestrial features. This diversity highlights the experimental nature of evolution during this period, as different lineages explored new ecological niches and modes of life. During the transition from water to land, evolution experimented with a variety of body plans and adaptations. Some early tetrapods retained more aquatic features, while others developed stronger limbs and more robust skeletons for terrestrial life. This period of evolutionary experimentation laid the groundwork for the incredible diversity of amphibians and other land vertebrates that would follow. With the successful transition to land, amphibians began to radiate and diversify. They adapted to a wide range of habitats, from streams and lakes to swamps and forests. This radiation set the stage for the later evolution of reptiles, birds, and mammals, all of which trace their ancestry back to these pioneering tetrapods. During the Paleozoic and early Mesozoic eras, amphibians flourished and diversified into three major clades: Temnospondyle, Saemuriomorpha, and Lepispondyle. Temnospondylls in particular were medium to large salamander-like tetrapods that lived in a variety of aquatic and terrestrial environments. Some, like Prionocytus, reached impressive sizes, while others adapted to more terrestrial lifestyle. Temnospondylls were among the largest amphibians to ever exist. Some species, like Prionocytus, grew up to 9 meters in length and resembled giant salamanders with elongated snouts. Others, such as Eriops, were also large and robust, dominating their ecosystems. These impressive creatures highlight the evolutionary success of amphibians during the Paleozoic era. Alongside temnospondylls, other groups like Saemuriomorpha and Lepispondyle also thrived. Saemuriomorphs were more terrestrial, while Lepispondylls included a variety of small, often aquatic forms. These groups contributed to the rich diversity of early amphibians and played important roles in their respective ecosystems. At the end of the Permian period, many large terrestrial amphibians had disappeared, likely due to changing climates and competition with emerging reptiles. However, semi-aquatic and aquatic forms continued to diversify, ensuring the survival of amphibians into the Mesozoic era and beyond. This resilience is a testament to their adaptability and evolutionary success. Today, amphibians are represented by three main groups: frogs, salamanders, and caecilians. Despite their ancient origins, they continue to thrive in a variety of habitats around the world. Their unique adaptations, such as cutaneous respiration and dual life cycles, make them fascinating subjects for evolutionary study. Amphibians are well known for their complex life cycles, which typically involve an aquatic larval stage and a terrestrial adult stage. This dual lifestyle is a direct result of their evolutionary history and the adaptations that allowed them to exploit both aquatic and terrestrial environments. Their metamorphosis is one of nature's most remarkable transformations. One of the most unique features of amphibians is their ability to breathe through their skin, a process known as cutaneous respiration. This adaptation allows them to absorb oxygen directly from their environment, supplementing lung breathing and enabling survival in a variety of habitats, from ponds to damp forests. Amphibians possess a unique circulatory system with pulmonary veins that return oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. This adaptation allows for more efficient separation of oxygen-rich and oxygen-poor blood, supporting their active lifestyles both in water and on land. Another key adaptation in amphibians is their partially divided heart, which separates pulmonary and systemic circulation. This feature improves the efficiency of oxygen delivery throughout the body, a crucial step in the evolution of more complex vertebrates. Throughout their evolutionary history, amphibians have displayed remarkable diversity. From giant temnospondyls to tiny modern frogs, their forms and lifestyles have adapted to changing environments and ecological opportunities. This diversity is a testament to their evolutionary resilience. Amphibians play vital roles in their ecosystems as both predators and prey. They help control insect populations and serve as food for a variety of animals. Their permeable skin also makes them sensitive indicators of environmental health, highlighting the importance of their conservation. Today, amphibians face numerous threats including habitat loss, pollution, disease, and climate change. Their sensitivity to environmental changes makes them particularly vulnerable. Conservation efforts are crucial to protect these ancient survivors and the ecosystems they inhabit. Amphibians provide valuable insights into evolutionary biology. Their unique adaptations, life cycles, and fossil record make them important models for studying the transition from water to land and the evolution of vertebrate diversity. Fossils of early tetrapods and amphibians have provided crucial evidence for understanding their evolutionary history. Discoveries like Tiktaalik, Acanthostega, and Ichthyostega have filled important gaps in our knowledge, illustrating the gradual transition from aquatic to terrestrial life. Modern genetic research continues to shed light on the evolution of amphibians. The study of Hox's genes and other developmental genes helps explain how complex anatomical features evolved and diversified, providing a genetic blueprint for the transition to land. The study of amphibians has greatly enhanced our understanding of evolution, adaptation, and environmental change. Their unique position in the vertebrate lineage makes them key subjects in both scientific research and education, inspiring curiosity and respect for the natural world. In summary, the origin of amphibians is a story of remarkable evolutionary innovation. From their beginnings as lobe-finned fishes to their successful colonization of land, amphibians have overcome immense challenges and adapted in extraordinary ways. Their journey highlights the dynamic nature of evolution and the interconnectedness of all life on Earth. The legacy of amphibians extends far beyond their own group. Their evolutionary innovations paved the way for the rise of reptiles, birds, and mammals, including humans. By studying amphibians, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity and beauty of life's evolutionary tapestry. Today, amphibians continue to play essential roles in ecosystems worldwide. Their presence indicates healthy environments, and their decline often signals ecological problems. Protecting amphibians is not just about preserving a single group, but about maintaining the balance and health of entire ecosystems. Ongoing research into amphibian biology, genetics, and ecology promises to reveal even more about their evolution and adaptation. As new technologies and discoveries emerge, our understanding of these remarkable creatures will continue to grow, offering fresh insights into the history of life on Earth. Amphibians are important ambassadors for science education. Their fascinating life cycles, adaptations, and evolutionary history make them ideal subjects for teaching about biology, ecology, and evolution. By learning about amphibians, students gain a greater appreciation for biodiversity and the importance of conservation. The story of amphibians is one of resilience, adaptation, and evolutionary triumph. From their ancient origins in the Devonian seas to their present-day diversity, amphibians have continually adapted to changing environments and challenges. Their journey reminds us of the power of evolution and the importance of protecting the natural world for future generations.